anything about him, and likewise Michael Rutter doesn't appear to be doing anything about John McGuinness in front of him.
Going down towards the start-finish line now as they go behind us. We'll see that timing screen reveal all, and it's slightly bigger gap. It was 0.9, it's now 1.3, and Michael Rutter a little bit further behind John McGuinness than he was, but not enough to make a huge difference. In fact, none of this makes a huge difference at this point in the race, does it?
Well, Alistair Seeley puts his quickest lap of the race in there on that lap, 121.763 miles an hour. So Alistair Seeley, and now with 2 laps to go, is deciding that he needs to start having a little bit of a think about this, because the more that these two start tripping each other up, then that is going to play into his hands.
Well, look how Michael Rutter's closed up with John McGuinness on the run along the coast road. That gap was just under a second, and now it's just under a bike's length.
Well, Simon Andrews and Horst Seiger, that is, that are having a proper dust up there, the two endurance runners. Simon goes for the Honda Legends team, and Horst Seiger. And Simon comes through in that 4th position, still ahead of Michael Dunlop and James Hillier.
What that means, of course, is that Simon Andrews, who was very badly out of shape there, trying to keep it out of the gutter, has caught up with the tail end of the first group. So now his clear run is over, and he's in among the slower riders from the first wave, and he's either going to get a tow from that, or he's going to get a problem from it.
Well, here's Rutter now. He's in the draft of McGuinness on the run down to University, and there we go. Surely this has got to be the move, Richard.
Honda power, though, look, and John McGuinness just holds him up. Michael Rutter just can't close up. He'll try again, surely going for brakes at the end of this straight. Here he comes.
Oh, Rutter just looks on the inside there. There wasn't a gap, but he's surely going to get him on the brakes down into the University. Yes, he does.
Oh, John McGuinness, will he be able to sweep through? Has Michael Rutter braked too late, or has he braked just right? He's got it just right, hasn't he?
Now, he's got to now start thinking about bridging that gap between himself and Alistair Seeley. Not in camera shot, he's a good 200 yards in front now is Alistair Seeley, and that gap is now starting to become unbridgeable.
Well, yes, those two did hold each other up, if you like, while he was in the draft of John McGuinness. Michael Rutter was towing John McGuinness back to him, pulling off the top speed of the Legends Honda. So now he's a little bit further back from Alistair Seeley than was John McGuinness, and he's got a bit of ground to make up, but he's got lap and a half to do it.
It's doable. It's certainly doable. That is the case. Alistair Seeley, he will have got a pit signal that time, +1, but Michael Rutter, now that he's got a little gap on John McGuinness, McGuinness can still come back at him, but whether these two can work in unison to get back at Alistair Seeley, you can see already that Michael Rutter has pulled a big gap on John McGuinness. McGuinness was obviously just holding him up a little bit, and now Michael Rutter can start the pursuit of Alistair Seeley, which he's doing.
He is indeed, isn't he?
He is, but look at that gap that Seeley has got. But Seeley has got no friends out there. Rutter now, he could use McGuinness to perhaps his advantage. McGuinness could use Rutter to his advantage. And this gap will be crucial this time around as they start lap 5 out of this 6-lapper.
And Alistair Seeley wants to be just far enough in front of Michael Rutter that he doesn't give him a helpful tow on the run to University. And if you're Michael Rutter and you got that tow, you'd take the pass, even though you know that Seeley would be coming back at you next time around. You'd take it as soon as it was available. Absolutely. Well, Alistair Seeley will be just watching. It was quite ironic when I had a chat to him earlier on. They are getting pit signals around the track, so it's not just at the start and finish. So he will be, perhaps got a +2 at the start line. It might be +1 now, and he will know that he'll have to get the hammer down on the coast road. I know there's a lot of people down at University with boards, but I think you need more than that now, don't you, to know what's going on? Well,
he'll also know, because if he feels somebody in the draft, it will just sort of like pull him back, suck him back a little bit. No such problem there. Michael Rutter is still being hampered a little bit here, because he will feel John McGuinness in his draft there as they go down the coast road past Ballyreed Golf Course in towards the left-hander of the Juniper chicane.
Yes, that does suck the bike back. It will take the revs and the top speed off, and that's the class of gap on the road. It's a lot easier to relate to it when you see it like that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see this time around. 1.3 seconds was the gap from Alistair Seeley to John McGuinness last time. It will be a gap to Michael Rutter this time around. And it's 2.7, and he's within a smidgen of the lap record. 121.849 compares to the lap record 121.875. He's within, just doing the maths there, a tenth of a second of the lap record is the wee wizard Alistair Seeley as he starts this, the 6th and final lap.
Some people have real trouble doing sums while talking, I just have real trouble doing sums. It's never easy, but I think my sums tell me that Alistair Seeley's 2.7 seconds, almost 3 seconds, is enough distance for him, as long as he keeps at it to stay ahead of Michael Rutter on this final lap. Here comes Simon Andrews.
It's an amazing ride by Simon Andrews. I'm well impressed. This is his debut on the Northwest 200. Yes, okay, got a couple of practice sessions, and he wasn't even in the Supersport race last year that got run, so that is impressive. When he slots into 4th position ahead of the likes of Michael Dunlop, Ian Hutchinson, Ryan Farquhar, Bruce Anstey, he's got a 1 or 2 scalps in that one. But the real battle at the front is whether or not that 2.7 second gap. I'll go with you on this one, Richard. I think that he's probably done enough, but this is the Northwest 200. It's Slipstream City. Anything can happen.
But there's not, you need a bunch of them to do these magic passes from a long way. Simon Andrews has really got it across him, hasn't he? Look at that.
Well, that's Stephen Thompson that he's battling with, the Crumlin rider, and Stephen just moves over and allows Simon Andrews through, but that is impressive by anybody's standards. There's Michael Rutter. Now, what is the gap? The more that helicopter shot pans out, and the less that we see of Alistair Seeley, means that Seeley has surely got it in the bag on the run.
That
down
was the
towards,
breaking point, wasn't it?
That's into University. He's got him in sight, but I just think it's 20 or 30 bikes length, not enough.
Yeah, I think he wasn't there in the braking zone, and he really needed to have got enough of a toe to be right up there. He's going into the roundabout while Seeley's halfway round it. And Seeley's getting the hammer down now, out of the roundabout, going up over the crest, crossing Camber, out into the gutter, holding the power down, and he's heading home, isn't he? Alistair Seeley is on his way home, and this could be his 3rd win of the week, his 2nd win of the day.
To match the hat-tricks done by Robert Dunlop in 1990, 91, 93, 94. Michael Rutter, year 2000. Bruce Anstey in 07. Steve Plater in 08. Are the only other riders to do a hat-trick at a Northwest 200. Alistair Seeley could join a very illustrious bunch.
He could indeed. Well, he's already, as we say, he's part of an illustrious bunch, but he's free and clear now. This one is all over, bar the shouting, even on these long straights between the chicanes and on the run down to the Metropole. The draft isn't going to bring Michael Rutter up into contention with Alistair Seeley now.
He's just got to keep it nice and clean now as he heads in towards the Magra Boy chicane. Then there's the 1 mile run down to Metropole Corner and 2.5 miles back along the coast road between him and his 8th Northwest 200 victory. Well, I don't think that anything Michael Rutter can do about it. He'll settle for 2nd on this occasion. He's had a good Northwest 200. And likewise, John McGuinness on the podium in 3rd. I think, barring a disaster, I think that's the way it's going to stack up, Richard.
Yes, I think it's a great weekend for Michael Rutter. A win, and here we go, another podium coming up. He was on the podium the other night on the Super Twins with a big smile on his face. John McGuinness has had a great day here at the races. No 2 ways about it. A great week here at the races. Hector Neal looks a lot happier now than he was earlier on. This is the win they wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the big one. They would settle for playing bridesmaid in 2 or 3 of the other races, but this is the big one through Black Hill and down the other side. The big pictures with the 30-mile-an-hour sign in the back, and then they head past the Ballyreed Golf Course. But Alistair Seeley, he'll know that he's got this in the bag, and whether or not he's had to just push the envelope on this last lap. We remind you, he's a 1/10 of a second off of the lap record. Whether or not he can get game set or match, I think that the back markers are probably just going to perhaps prevent that.
Yes, and they'll just not get in his way either. He's got to follow through. It doesn't matter now. He's got 3 seconds or so on John McGuinness. He can afford to pick his way between them. John McGuinness isn't going to catch him now, and there's his checkered flag.
Well, he deserves it, does Alistair Seeley, doesn't he? Absolutely fantastic. See if John McGuinness manages to get the better of Michael Rutter for that 2nd position. In fact, it's Rutter that's got it ahead of McGuinness. So, again, a good day for Michael Rutter and John McGuinness. They're happy enough with that. Only, well, the worst thing about it was he nearly fell off in Park Firm, eh?
Big hugs from the team as he comes in. And why not? They've had a good day of the races after all. Lots of podiums throughout the day. As Hector said, you can't really complain about keep coming 2nd all the time, can you?
Yeah, Dad, there, the guy with the grey hair there, Derek Huxley, a former Northwest 200 competitor. Dad Keith was in there as well, but that is game done for them. Michael Rutter as well. When you consider, only a matter of a few weeks ago, it wasn't sure whether Michael Rutter would actually be here. It was an 11th hour deal that he did with MSS and Bathams, as well as a number of local businesses across here in Northern Ireland. So he'll be happy with another podium as well as that victory earlier on in the day. And it's a good day for John McGuinness as well, because he's got his road season back on track. And again, another victory and a couple of podiums at the Northwest for the guy that they call John McGenius, the 17 times TT winner.
Yep, John McGuinness, don't be fooled by the laid-back attitude. He likes winning, and when the time is right and the opportunity is there, he knows exactly how to do it. But Alistair Seeley definitely rode the wheels off that bike this time. Wasn't taking any chances, was he?
Absolutely. Well, Phil Dashy there in the centre of spot. He's the boss of Tyco. And I think Stephen has got somebody down there in Parc Fermé with him.
Congratulations all round here in the winners' enclosure. Alistair Seeley, that's a famous Northwest 200 hat-trick.
Yeah, it's nice to do it again. The way the day was going, I didn't think I was going to get any. Second. Got the Supersport win, had to work hard for it, and me and Philip talked about that one when he says it'd be nice to make the break, so I thought, right, we'll maybe try that. And I seen my board, it was close for about the first 3 laps, and then the last 3 I started to gap them, and I couldn't hear them on my bumper, so just tried to hit every apex, hit every braking marker, and brought it home. So it's a great result for Taiko Suzuki. All personal sponsors on board, and of course my personal sponsors.
Key was to try and make that break, wasn't it?
Yeah, the pace we had in that first Superbike race, we knew we could sort of, pull away from them, because I was able to catch them when I made that mistake earlier in the first race. So I just rode my own race, hit every line, and made sure where I hit the neutral earlier, I didn't change gear, I just stayed in second.
How nice is it as a local man to hear the cheers of this massive crowd here today to win the blue ribbon race at the Northwest 200?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, Dreams come true. I'd done my homework before I came here and set out to try and do the business. Just had to wait a wee while, and then I came at the end.
Yeah, great scenes down here. Your dad's here with you, Hector and Philip, team bosses. Philip Neal is just to my right hand side. Rounds off a pretty good day for the team, which started off in quite a frustrating manner.
Absolutely. I mean, we were obviously confident we could get some wins with Alistair. We never really dreamt about trying to win them all, but what was that, 3 and 3 seconds? Bloody good record.
Okay, Philip, thank you very much indeed. We're going to try and squeeze through and find the second place man, Michael Rutter, if I can, and the third.